Hello, friends. I'm so glad you could join me today. I am documenting my journey on becoming debt-free again, so welcome to Second Chance Budgeting. I'll be exploring cash stuffing and unstuffing, finding ways to increase my income, and saving towards some big goals, all while digging myself out of debt once again. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join me during my adventures. So today I'm going to be stuffing my third paycheck of May, and I realized that I didn't have a video to come out to explain my second paycheck of May, but this is one of my magic months. And because I'm a biweekly budgeter, I only plan on having 2 paychecks a month. And because of that fact, I decided to put my second paycheck, I left it in the bank, and that money is going to go towards closing costs and the house and whatever I have to pay at closing. So for right now, I don't know if I'm going to have any money left over from that paycheck. So I'm just treating it as if it never happened, and that money is going to go towards the house. But for this paycheck, for the third paycheck of May, I am stuffing a total of $936. So let me get into that. I hope that makes sense, but again, I always plan on just having 2 paychecks, and I plan my budget around just having 2. And because of the timing of everything, it kind of worked out perfectly as far as having that money for the house. Normally, I would probably put it towards debt, but obviously, the priority at the moment is the house. So, okay, let's give this a quick count, and then I'll show you where I'm putting it. So I've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 36. So 936. All right, let's get into it. In this binder, I'm just going to be stuffing giving, so I'm going to put $20 there. I've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, and 67. Okay, so let's get into my personal binder. Oops. All right, so I'm going to pack some of these a little bit lean, but for clothing, I'm going to put 5 in. So 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 400, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 404. All right, fun, I'm going to put in just a 5. So I've got 100, 200, 300, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 46. And then travel, I'm going to put in 5. So I've got 500 in the bank, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 51, and 52. All right, let's see, we're skipping this. Holidays, I am going to put 10 in there. Perfect. Now I've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 35, 36, and 37, so 137. All right, we're skipping hobbies, and that's everything for that binder. Let's get into my savings and debt binder. All right, so for extra debt, I am going to put in 220, so 100, 200, and 20. And I'm having, after I stuff every time, I'm having to take out the money, put it back into my bank, and transfer it to my bank that's in my old town, just so I can make the vehicle payments, vehicle loan payments. I am out of debt for medical debt, so that is awesome, but it takes a little bit of extra time in order to get that money to that bank to pay off my auto loan. It's not an automatic process unless I pay like an extra $10 to do it over the phone, which I don't want to do. So after this stuffing, that's what I'm going to be doing there. But it is very exciting that I'm out of medical debt completely. So that is something awesome that happened at the very beginning of this month. I'm so happy about that. All right, moving on. I'm going to put my normal $40 into my extra savings. I will say this is going to change. I've decided my work has offered to let me start contributing towards retirement. So I think starting next month, I'm not exactly sure when. It could be my first paycheck or my second. Instead of stuffing it in here, I'm going to just contribute directly to retirement plan. So I won't be stuffing into this one anymore as far as like my normal paychecks. I may still do it once I get side hustles going, but that is going to be a change. So look for next month to have major changes in my budget and all of that. But for right now, I'm still going to do my normal 40. So I've got 1,500 in the bank, 600, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900. So 1,900. And then let's see, I do need to put some money into car insurance. So I'm going to just put 20 this time. So that gives me 60. Perfect. All right, moving on to my home binder. This is my new one. I'm still trying to figure out what I'd like to see in here. And so for right now, I'm just kind of stuffing as is. I haven't really touched the money in here. I started it off with tax refund money, and I'm just kind of stuffing it until I kind of sit down and figure out my budget as far as that goes. But for internet, I'm going to put in 10 from this paycheck. Like I said, just lots of changes and everything, and I may add to this or take away. I'm still trying to figure that out. So I've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. So if you have any great suggestions of what I should add or maybe things I should do differently, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. You will see that I don't really have utilities in here except for this internet bill. My HOA, which I don't really like the HOA, but the fact that I have to have one, and I've never been a big fan, but they do pay my utilities, so you won't see anything for like gas or electric or water or anything like that because that is completely paid by them. So that's why you won't see utilities in here, but I would welcome any suggestions you guys have. All right, so maintenance and repair, I'm going to put 20 in here. I've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, so 170. And then home supplies, I'm going to put 20 in there. So 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200. Home decor, I'm just going to stuff. I don't really know what I'm going to use it for completely. I mean, I have a few things that I know right off the bat that I want to buy, but I don't know if this will be a long-term sinking fund or just kind of one until I get everything set up. So I've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. And then garden, I'm going to put 20 in there as well. So 20, 40, 60, 80. All right, and let's go into my home savings binder. So this is probably the very last time I will stuff this, but that's exciting. Down payment, I'm going to put in 400. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I've got, let's see, 3,000 in the bank. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 20, 40, 60, 85. So 3,785. I did take some money out of there to pay for the earnest money. And then for closing costs, I'm going to put 40 in there. So I've got 500, 600, 700, 20, 40, 60, 89, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000, 20, and 30. So 1,030. I don't know. That doesn't seem right, but I'll count that later. Maybe I've miscounted there. All right. You just never know with me sometimes. Okay, and the last money is savings challenge money. So I just have $81 there. I'm gonna just tuck that away. I'm not gonna count that. My video after this cash stuffing will be savings challenges, and then I'll get into what I did with debt, which again was very exciting for May, and then sinking funds update. So that is everything I have for you today. I know this is going to be coming out the first day of June, but because I had 3 paychecks, it always kind of puts me behind a little bit on my videos. But I hope you had a really good May, and hopefully June will be even greater. And please do all the things. Give me a like, leave me a comment or question down below, and subscribe for more. I'll see you next one. Have a great day.